All right, Friday afternoon, 12:40 on Friday, March 13th. We have got one of the biggest producers in hip-hop on the phone right now, Jim Jonsin. Jim, how are you doing?
I'm good, man. Beautiful weather in Florida.
Oh, yeah? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Boca Raton area.
Okay, beautiful. So what you been up to today? What's up for the night?
Tonight, I'm actually heading down to the studio in about an hour. I got to have a meeting with the Beat Bakery, my website, and then have Wyclef coming by the studio, talk about doing some music together with him.
That's it. Busy. Now, when you finished the Slim Thug track, I Run, did you automatically know that was a hit?
Well, I tend to listen to music, with an open mind, saying, look, if I like it, if it feels good, if it's got, something that makes me feel like, good energy from it. I never really say, hey, that's a hit or that's not a hit. I could just tell you that's a great song, I knew it was something great, and obviously the melody and hook was derived from an old great record in the past,
Yeah.
Like a Seagull song. So, yeah.
Now, did you know that track was meant for Slim Thug? He could only do it right?
Yeah, we actually I did the track kind of like a catalog track in the beginning. But then came up with the hook idea for him,
Now, Jim, when you're in the studio and you create a beat or put down some instrumentals, do you envision in your head who should be on that track?
Yeah, that a lot of the time I do.
So you're like, this is good for T.I. or, something like that.
Right. And I kind of, if I'm just building instrumentals without the artist there, I tend to think about different artists and who I want to do something for and just do it. Or, I get direction from my man, let me know, hey, this person's looking, With that track and the that was actually a spontaneous thing out in Houston. I had done the track, I had it already, and when I heard he wanted to go to the studio, we left the ozone boards, him and I both. I was with Yellow Wolf, and we went to go do the song. I already had those two beats picked out, plus choruses ready for him to hear, and we just sang them along, and we liked them.
Now, at what point in your life did you realize that, because you've been doing this since you were, 13, 14 years old, did you realize, wow, you know what, I'm now a super producer, and I'm the one that's in demand? What made you realize that?
Well, actually, I was a DJ from, 14 years old. And when I was 18, I put out my first record. So, yeah, it's probably me. I'm just a regular dude who, I go to work, I come home to my family, and I'm super regular, So that hasn't affected me. It's kind of funny to see how people change in the music business. And you see how one side was, this guy he might get a beat. Now I'm the guy they want to be in the studio with,
That's cool. Now, how much does music theory, the actual theory of music, play into how you create music and construct songs in the studio?
It plays a lot. I'm everything from here. So if I hear something that I like an old school record, a classic rock record, a classic R&B record, I'll build songs that have a feeling like that. Or I'm in chord changes and having real music in my tracks, especially for rap stuff. Now I like to hear it with more music, And so yeah, definitely it's more. It's like writing songs. I'm fully on writing songs on melody, and I'm even dabbling in words here and there. But it's all about that.
Now, you've had so many hits. What's one of those hits that's just so special to you, and why?
Oh, boy. I would have to Trick Daddy Let's Go was a huge song, right? And that was something that the original demo track idea was done for 2 years, and to convince Ted Lucas and Trick and them to do that record, and that was kind of hard. It's rock and Big Rock. And one of Trick Daddy's brothers actually called me one day and said, "Hey man, I talked to Trick. He wants to do that track. I think it's phenomenal." We ended up, working on it. Me and Big D finished the track, and it became a smash. I always loved that record because, for one, it was the first record that I ever on my dad's turntable. It was that Black Sabbath thing. My dad's record. He got pissed off because I was using it. And it just, I said, I'm going to sample that record one day for somebody. And I did, and it ended up being a hit.
Wow.
So I just love that original song, Crazy Trick, so much. So, yeah.
That track's incredible. Now, do you feel that hip-hop music is in a better place now than it was 10 years ago? Or what's your opinion on the overall state of hip-hop?
Well, last year or the year before, I felt it was in really, in a bad place. I think now turning into a much better place when you get albums like B.I. delivered that are amazing, and song after song is a hit. More musicality, there's more music going on, there's singing, there's rapping, it's just really feeling more like great music. And I think that rap has so many different, I don't even think we can just call it rap anymore. It's pop music now. It's the fastest growing thing, it's the biggest music. You have an artist like Flo Rida who jumped all up the chart, faster than most pop artists, most country artists, most rock artists. And then he starts filming on the internet through the iTunes. Pop music is the biggest music in the world right now.
That's for sure. That's definitely the truth. Now, what was it about hip-hop and just music in general that gave you the ambition to want to chase your dream, to pretty much get to where you are now?
Oh, man, I guess, the best way to answer that would be, you know what, man, I get up in the morning and I write songs for a living.
That's awesome.
Why wouldn't you want to do that? And I make a good living, and it helps me with my family and taking care of people. I make good money, and I think that I always wanted music. I just think a lot of people around me, a few people around me, thought that it was chasing a dream, and I should really get a regular gig. I worked every job you can think of. I worked at Wendy's. I worked at McDonald's. I worked at the big Publix. I worked at Sears Roebuck as a sales. I won sales awards. I did tile floors, Autobot, and I DJ'd all through that, chasing my dream of music. So I think that if you have something that you really want bad, you have nothing else but to go for it.
Now, you signed B.O.B. to Rebel Rock. What's your plans for him, and what do you look for in an artist that you want to sign?
B.O.B. would be a perfect example of my feelings on hip-hop. So B.O.B. to me is the future of hip-hop, and I signed B.O.B. Close to 2.5 years ago off of him being a genius songwriter, artist, and he's self-contained. He don't need me. He doesn't need a Timberland. He doesn't need a Scott Storch. He doesn't need a Pharrell. He's got himself. He's next to us. You know what I mean? He's a package. So, I just recently signed an artist, and with Molly, that is self-contained. She's young. She's like Cheryl Crow meets Kelly Clarkson, rock artist, but she writes with piano, guitar. I think behind Bob, signing Bob was a real artist and musician, and he had a future. And any artist that I'd be interested in doing anything with would have to be the full package. No puppets allowed.
I like that a lot. Now we're going to take our first break. We'll be right back. Skope TV, Jim Jonsin live from Boca Raton.